that is a lifestealer, so it's a mid lane PL. As a lifestealer is a little bit more resilient than PL in the safe lane scenario. Lifestealer together with the Bat Rider as well. Certainly a powerful duo of heroes once you get the Blink Dagger, once you get the Infestor and Armlet. VGJ.Strom, I'm not really sure if they have enough early game fighting here to compete with compLexity. Again, Lifestealer PL, they're definitely not terrible. Like Spectre is terrible, but compLexity, all of their picks are designed to crush lanes, and I'm not sure if VGJ.Strom with their defensive power of IO Tusk, which is definitely not irrelevant, but is kind of very situational. On the coil, we'll be able to buff that out as well. So you got yourself quite a few options here for compLexity. I'm not really sure he's going to be taking towards the mid lane, so we're going to have a little bit of a mix-up here in the lane department. We'll see as they all decide to ultimately load out, but Abaddon is going to give the compLexity side that extra system. Whoa! What the hell is this? That is absolutely nasty looking. I love it. He's riding an anglerfish. He's riding a Slark gyrocopter. That's so cool, guys. I don't look at cosmetics like when they come out. I just don't care about that shit. But that is sick. Undying looks okay as well. But yeah, it's gonna give them that extra sustain. Once they get entrenched in the way you actually push in, you get that. Your core heroes safe, that Vengeful Spirit and Gyrocopter safe, and together with the Aphotic Shield and the swap out, good luck sneaking. I mean, his lane was already going somewhat contested, and now that he's gonna have a really tough time with mid game, compLexity, very, very offensive timing, a little bit earlier than usual, in fact, because of how lanes are. They're taking sure about this draft from VGJ. I'm dying explosive speed, but I'm pretty sure not a gladiator. Kyle's on the Witch Doctor, got Chessie on the Vengeful Spirit, and Limp following up as the Gyrocopter. Making can be spotted as the Bat Rider. Shards will actually do damage. Shards are so weird, man. Shards gonna be thrown out by Flea's Tusk. Got stanking on the Io. Roya is on the Phantom Lancer, and that Lifestealer I mentioned earlier. That's gonna be Yuara / Ahsoka.
30 seconds to battle.
And or Ahsoka playing that Lifestealer top lane. And Lifestealer is gonna have an okay farming lane up towards top lane, but even with an Io, even with a Tusk, like killing off Abaddon is always gonna be difficult. Very, very durable hero. Not the most armor, but still, he's gonna be able to put the fight into this Lifestealer. You can see he's kind of waiting for Lifestealer to approach. Come at me, bro. Okay, now he sees 3 heroes. He's like, okay, you can have this rune. I'll allow it. Looks like rune's gonna split either way. 2-2, Stanking gets his, and that's the really important thing here. VGJ.Strom is for Io to get that bounty rune. Alright, guys, it's not a Slark, that's a Slardar. Oh god. My marine biology education, of which I have none, is suddenly revealed. Sincerest apologies. Limp is going to be mid laning up against Phantom Lancer. I don't believe I've actually seen this matchup ever before. This Gyrocopter, at least nowadays, usually they get their value by getting those points in the homing missile. And homing missile is pretty damn impossible to land versus the Phantom Lancer, and he's going to get jacked up by Flea and Sand King. There are shards, and he knows that. He's just way wide enough that the shards actually getting pretty well blocked. Takes a lot of damage here and doesn't have that much regen left, but at the same time, he wasn't really able to do that much anyway. No creeps died in the meantime. It's like an abyss fish. It's an angler fish, guys. Jeez. Come on. Get your marine deep sea creatures education. Oh god. Well, again, I'm not educated in that, so there's no shame there. Up towards top lane, Lifestealer and Io. A little help deal with this Abaddon, but Siegfried's going to arrive. Io really doesn't want to deal with this Undying. He's going to immediately piece out here. Even Lifestealer, he's a strength hero after all, so losing that strength makes your base damage less. Makes your feast more powerful, I guess, up against Undying, but that's just a negligible trade-off for the most part. It should be a rather free farming Abaddon in this top lane. And over towards bottom, Jesse the Vengeful Spirit, just with Kyle right now. Only two heroes not able to really just brick wall this Bat Rider just yet. Bat Rider getting a pretty full creep wave. No range creep here, which kind of sucks. But still, beggars can't be choosers when it comes to Bat Rider lanes. You take whatever you can get. Nobody passes for it. Ahsoka once again in the Thunderdome. No points in the blade just yet. Still is doing a lot of damage with the minus 12 strength from that Undying earlier. Mu is going maybe a little bit too deep in here. And he is going to see the fact that Ahsoka's been tangoing up the entire time. Low health pool means that the tangos do fill up that bar pretty quickly. And when you train back, that actually kind of is the upside there, if there is an upside to being decayed. But that gets even more dangerous once the blade comes up. As you're gonna get jumped on the bottom lane, but a lack of hard disables here really is gonna cost them. Snowball gonna dodge the magic missile though. So they're tower diving with Maledict on them. 3 stacks of napalm here as Jesse's gonna try to juke out Sneak King. Not quite gonna work for Kyle with the Maledict. Takes down Fleet first. Now it's right clicking with the tower onto Stan King. The creeps are there as well. He has one more bottle charge. The creeps are gonna cut him off. Still able to bottle, but he's taking so much damage as he's gonna tether over towards Siegfried. Takes the magic missile to the dome, and Jesse's still alive. Sneaking, not enough damage to just level 2 Bat Rider. Siegfried coming in time. Ultimately, what looks good for VGJ.Strom is dodge magic missile snowball. Turns into an absolute nightmare as they underestimate the power of just level 1 Maledict. Still, that does do quite a bit of damage. But it will be an old school gyrocopter build. Maxing out that rocket barrage, maxing out that black cannon. Again, the homing missile is absolute trash up against Cannon Lancer, so you don't want to deal with that. Not worth the skill points. Black cannon is pretty good versus PL. Rocket barrage is it's okay, only, but it's a lot better than homing. He's gonna get put into a corner though, limp. As rocket barrage landing only on the heroes, but still he is in a corner, in a lot of trouble. Sneaking in more trouble, will fall elsewhere. The Bat Rider will get once again comboed down by this Vengeful Spirit, and maybe someone dying. Yeah, someone dying out there as well. 1-for-1 trade, definitely a trade that VGJ.Strom going to be okay making. If at any time you're able to kill off this mid lane gyrocopter, you're going to take it. Queen skanking on the rope for Mu. Very weak on health, but what the? Stop, guys! I'm looking at the dive happening top lane, and you're diving bottom lane. God damn it, compLexity. Why you gotta be like that? Abaddon chugged down the Sal, but he's not really an easy kill any longer, and Bat Rider got his base handed to him on bottom lane. Again, stun to stun. There is nothing that he can really do to help him against that. Mu is in a little bit of trouble now. Shards and Snowball both in level 1, so we can get a little bit extra juice here from Sand King. He's gonna have a shield for himself, but no, he's too late. He'll get dropped. Small stun for that Snowball. Siegfried also a little too late. Maybe a Soul Rip could have gotten him out of there, actually. Maybe not gotten him out of there completely, but giving him a little more time to trade some damage. Still, these lanes are kind of as expected, being utterly won here by compLexity. This Bat Rider is having an absolutely miserable time. Is going into a matchup, though, just up against Vengeful Spirit, where Vengeful Spirit gets a little bit kind of too hasty in her aggression. Can fall. Get 4 or 5 stacks of napalm, and Vengeful Spirit, her turn rate is just going to be completely nullified there, but Bat Rider, you can just Firefly her down. That is, of course, if you don't die. Back bounce from the creep wave back to him with the Maledict on all the right clicks. He's dead to the dodge. Nope, he's dead to the right clicks, and Kyle grabs his 4th kill of the game. It's 5 minutes in, we have a level 4 Witch Doctor. That is so disgustingly above average, it is not even funny. Unless you're a compLexity fan, in this case it is funny. Dude's got some serious cash off of this as well, so yeah, Kyle's gonna be really happy. Though this is kind of a downside. Witch Doctors always die, so that 4 kill spree is going to be taken at some point in the near future. That's going to be a pretty easy grab there for VGJ.Storm. Someone at least. Z-Freak willing to fight over this boundary rune. Must this fight begin. Unfortunately, Decay is kind of cheating, so Flea's hitting like a kitten. Meantime, Z-Freak, oh, he's actually going to still grab the rune in Snowball, but his shards are off the mark. And Z-Freak kind of awkward on the low ground, can still help out move versus Ahsoka. He's going to buff out that open move. He's going to clap, I think, lands on the life stealer, but now Stanking in the front lines have to be very, very careful here. And they're still getting kills on the Batrider. God, can we just assume that Batrider is always going to be dying if I don't have to touch him anymore? Because this is definitely a lot more interesting. Yoda's going jumping in for Z-Freak. He's going to jump Tombstone, has a sword for himself as well. There's so many Phantom Lenses here. Moo as well in a lot of trouble, not quite level 6 just yet. Kyle's going to arrive, but he doesn't really have anything to save him friendly at bad. Aurora makes a fantastic rotation with double damage. Again, the most subtle effect ever. They really need to add more visuals to double damage. He's trying up. That's so much HP is going to completely whiff the Decay. Great Delta split there by VGJ, but they both get hit with the Maledict. Now Limp will buzz down Flea. That should be lethal damage, I think. No, he's fine. He's fine. He's fine. We'll get out of there just barely. Aurora makes a great rotation. Ultimately going to well, punish this Abaddon just a little bit. Z-Freak as well, unable to land those decays. Still is not going to die to that secondary fight. But in this bottom lane, the gigantic disaster zone here for VGJ.Storm. Sneaking has died 4 times thus far. All of them going towards Kyle. Unfortunately for the Venge, he would love to get those kills, but hey man, Kyle needs his dues. Vengeful Spirit hits mighty hard, especially still. 1 point of Magic Missile, not for the nuke, just for the stun. Get the aura, get the wave, and now with the swap, make those kills even easier. Maybe I should just always have Batrider selected, so when I see his health drop over here, we'll know about it. Seems like a good plan. Looks like mid lane was pretty much a wash. So we should have known, never mind. The fan lanes are getting the 1-0-1. Compared to the 0-1-0, the Gyrocopter is going to put him quite ahead in the net worth. Life's doing quite okay for himself as well. This lane will be just slightly better for Moon than it has been. Still hasn't been bad, but we can get jumped up one more time. We're just waiting for the shield to counter the open wounds. With that movement speed, thanks to phase boost and tether, Moon's going to take an absolute beating to his regular health pool. Ward, like super offensively. Why can't I catch kills in the bottom lane? There's some sort of mental block there. I think there must be. I'm always watching these fights elsewhere, not being in the bottom. He has that my sincerest apologies. Some like B-, C- here. Everywhere, at best. VGJ.Storm get their dues, kill off the Vengeful Spirit. Hero that's one of the heroes at least that's worth the most here for them to take down. I think Kyle's worth quite a bit as well. He has a 5 skill 3. Level 5 on the Witch Doctor as well. Any kill you can get, you're going to take. Again, Batrider's lane experience was kind of rough. But overall, coming out of the lane's complexity with no huge advantage for them. Going to be a little bit of a wash in the fact that they picked up all these laners. Not able to gain a discernible advantage here. VGJ.Storm is making some really great rotations. Now looking at Kessie. 1 second napalm. Now let's go on to him with the Flaming Lasso now up though. Kessie gonna get swarmed with blue smurf. Swap in Z-Freak, get himself out. Now here comes Limp. With the call down will be most part dodged by the snowball. In fact, we will completely dodge by the snowball. I think Flea's gonna get out of here. Actually, they brought in everybody. They saved Kessie. Not entirely sure if that's worth it unless we can get a power push going. 3 points in the aura, doing quite a bit of damage to all these heroes. The tower's already kind of banged up, so yeah, maybe they can take this down, which will make a 5-man rotation very much so worth it. But of course, top lane, Life Stealer is still just pushing that one by himself, no big deal. Blade is only level 1, Abaddon still gets to pick up that borrowed time, has an extra point that he's just holding.
I'll take that.
They have a very deadly 5-man. VGJ.Storm have very deadly late gamers, so just avoiding these fights, these 5-on-5 fights that is, going instead for split push and farm of value, maybe the way that they win this game. That's all that's very important, just team fight.
Time for a tag team.
Next up for Blue here. Batrider is going to go for the drum still. You have Chessie. Got a lot of help before. Find him on an island right now. So let's look in the mid lane. That's where the real party is going to soon be. Limp is clearing out this stack. Dave's boot damage quite high. He's not clearing the stack yet. He's trying to stack up even more. This is a lot of cash. I don't think VGJ.Strom can actually jab. I don't have the right heroes for it. Hitting it with zombies. Did he just take another? Did Limp get any of this so far? Z-Freak's taking this entire stack, man. Okay, Limp's finally getting some cash. Let's just say they get a lot of cash with compLexity. That's probably a lot easier. So far, though, this Phantom Lancer has had zero pressure applied to him with quite honestly easy matchup versus that Gyrocopter with the Light Stealer as well. A pretty clean lane experience up towards top. Z-Freak, you don't want to die to those ancients. That'll be embarrassing. Limp is going to cash in. It does seem like, though, compLexity don't have a terrible late game. They are lacking great answers to the Phantom Lancer. You would assume that Gyrocopter would be a really good one, but that's kind of average. He maledicted for about no damage. Kyle, though, will envision shards. He is in a very vulnerable spot now. Zoro's going to come in from the south. He's going to try to tag the shrine. Big charges, maybe he'll survive. Call down now coming in. He's mostly dodged by himself. Getting back to Phantom with the ace. He's free and clear. And Ford is still just buzzing those illusions, doing very little. They save Kyle's spree, but at what cost? Because Moo has an aphotic shield, which will take out those napalm stacks. Still has yet to pick up his ultimate. All these rotations from VGJ.Strom, I don't think a single one has really costed them a lot. If that one, it didn't really cost them all that much. They don't lose anyone. They fall back successfully, so it works out pretty well at the end of the day.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Standard turnaround. Here comes the IO. Of course, the handle. On the other way, he knows he's like onto Z-Freak. Lots of health trying to dying, but hey, he has all the time in the world. We'll get 2 kills for the team, and Limp will actually find spanking on the return for IO. Not much to do about that. That is going to be the end of the spree. Kyle ended by Roya, which is even more gold for this PL. This is Diffusal Blade, all locked up, flying on the courier soon.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
compLexity do not have an advantage coming out of the lane. That is a problem with this trap. We saw in the fight over here how kind of mediocre the Gyrocopter is versus Phantom Lancer. You do hit all of his illusions, but you don't really have enough to kill them off faster than he's making them. You don't have cleave or anything like that from a Magnus or a power from a Magnus help out or anything like that. Your damage is still just kind of lacking. Kyle Limp speaking from nowhere. Grabs the Gyrocopter, brings him right back in. Cast is still bouncing. Gyrocopter gets the ball down now, but it's not going to help him. He picks up, trying to fight for life. It's not going to happen. Kyle is well in trouble. Ahsoka is going to heal himself through that maledict. Should be A-okay. No, he messes up, and he's going to go down. Well played indeed, Kyle. That was close. I'm sure. They get a freebie on the life stealer who messes up from the top lane.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And it will be a 2-for-1. They do lose the top tier 1 as well as the Venture Spirit max down the auras. They're going to go to town, push VGJ.Strom have a lot of counterplay here. A lot more in a minute. Z-King is going to take up to the skies. Z-Freak is going to try to just walk out of there. Maybe try to help Chessie instead, Z-Freak. Are they giving it a try? No, Chessie is just screwed. He's just getting fire blown down. Okay, well, not going to help him. That is an unfortunate spot to be in as a Venture Spirit with no Shadow Blade yet up. I'm not even sure if a Shadow Blade would have helped him. And for sure, the Bat Rider, once he sees the Shadow Blade completed, is going to be dust. Someone's going to be done.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Tower, he comes down in mid. And the Blade is still a very valuable damage to the Limp. Oh, no, not again. Pretty much solo killed by the Light Stealer. The Locate's going to bring them back in, but the power is down. This game is looking really good for VGJ going to front line like this. Not have mana for an Aphotic Shield. Gets Force Punch and Obliterated. They grab Z-Freak as well. No swap in time. It's not strained. That's 3 heroes down for VGJ.Storm, and they are just rolling with this game. They have dodged the worst part of this game, which is the laning. Quite frankly, minimal losses there from the VGJ side. Now compLexity are in a game state where they have to deal with a mega farmed PL with heroes that aren't really great against that PL. A Baden and a Dying and Witch Doctor are all very, very poor. If you're a Vengeful Spirit, you can do decently if it's just the regular Lancer if you somehow isolate him, but that's just so hard to do without a call down, landing, and clearing out all of his illusions at the same time. Again, very, very hard. So VGJ.Storm only with a 2k, 3k lead now, but the effective lead with their heroes is probably going to make the advantage feel like a little more like 5. Just going to balance things out a little bit. First up, the Furnace, plus that minus armor, plus the raw hit. Do a whole bunch of heroes with Vengeance. VGJ.Storm. They just have to make sure to keep farming, keep looking for those opportunities to pick off compLexity. compLexity may just have 5 man. It seems like it's a little bit early for them. They really would want to get at least some items up on the Baden, at least this man stop and at least the Shadow Blade from Vengeful Spirit. But again, Bigger can't be choosers. You gotta go for anything you can get at this point. Kyle will again take the kill on the tower. Dude, Kyle's been so good at snagging these kills every single time. You have blue with much the same, but not really that much. It's really awesome to that location. One dropping where it is this Bat Rider. He has a Blink Dagger, but Blink into a Lasso is not that good up against the Vengeful Spirit and the Baden. There are very few targets to go. compLexity with the 5 man will clean out the mid lane of towers. And though that is great for them, you can see the gold advantage is still very much so in favor of VGJ.Storm, but they will also clean out some towers of their own on bottom. Again, full-on heads-up fight, not really something that VGJ.Storm are going to be super eager to do, at least not yet. They have all the time in the world to do that. Just split up the map, avoid the engagements, farm elsewhere, and yeah, you're going to lose some map control, but you're going to be getting still gold on more impactful heroes at the end of the day. It's a good play for quite a bit of damage, but it's not going to reward them. This one is kind of small though, it's going to come up pretty quickly. Part right around the corner actually. He is going to be spotted, there. He has borrowed time and his illusions are not being microed, so he gets quite a bit of help from those. Borrowed time pops off for pretty much no cost. Trying to kill Sneaking with the Maledict. Still 4 Maledicts, but it's only level 1 Death Ward. People are maybe fighting in the meantime. This is more interesting to see if he's actually gonna die. He's not. Kyle will be hit upon him. So far away from his allies if he drops. Io is going to return by himself as well. Ripperino, Io. No match missile used, no match missile. 1 for 1. Nice exchange there, I suppose. Even with this Aegis, even with now all these items up on their heroes, I don't know if they can challenge this PL, especially once he gets his heart. And once that happens, it's just all over. You can't kill the PL anymore. They just don't have the damage output. Not to mention the fact that Ahsoka is still working with quite a bit of cash himself and a Midas after the armlet. A little bit of a conservative farming build here, but he knows that the Phantom Lance is the real carry. He doesn't have to be going for massive amounts of damage, so he's cost-effective kind of value items.
Got it.
Haste.
Y right around the corner for him. See, is kind of haste rune and invis. That was a blink out from sneaking without necessarily knowing the Vengeful Spirit's on his tail. Is going to actually just loop right around, and now we have engagement, but Lasso is going to be used first here by the Bat Rider. Trying to blink out, which won't happen. Magic Missile comes in, just like Haste Rune, swaps back, sneaking into nothing. He didn't hit him, so he had to blink out. That is awkward. That is too much. Okay, well, you know, sometimes that's just how the fight breaks down. know that Chelsea has the Shadow Blade now. Check here for the VG Gaming side. Dust on the Tusk. Yeah, that's up. Only on the Tusk, though. Maybe there's a chance that Chelsea gets away with that item twice. So, I thought they nerfed illusions. I was told that illusions were nerfed. That's what I read in the patch notes. I was deceived. Be free. I was about to say, like, sitting up here, spotted at all by yourself. You know it's gonna come in. Already lost the Undying and the Tombstone. Even getting this IO here, which they're not even gonna do because of that sick relocation range. Or tether range, rather. That was an Undying kill, which is probably worth less. It was worth just about as much as the Tombstone, but that was 500 gold that they gained from that one kill because of the fact that he dropped the Tombstone down, kind of as a panic maneuver. compLexity are still trying to split the map up and farm, despite the fact that they're going up against an IO who has been relocating on them every single time they try to do that. It seems like the only thing that compLexity can really do effectively right now is 5-man. But even that door is going to be closing as this PL picks up apart, which is just 400 gold away. Actually, yeah, math, rounding errors, you guys know how it is. And a math and mold. Alright, look at the missile stunned way too far away. Not even in range because it's nighttime. So they can't even see him towards their own missile. The range of homing missile is quite high, but vision range is always a limiting factor to consider. Speaking gonna go in for round 2 though. Is gonna blink away. He thinks into Kyle. Task is not used. Tombstone is used, which is gonna do a whole lot. Nothing. He's just cut off thinking. He's wasting all of their time right now. His force staffing out. He's gonna blink out. He's even gonna die. He's fine. Dude, you can't kill the Bat Rider ever. He's literally invulnerable. So while compLexity are on that wild goose chase, Ryoya's farming, and the rest of Storm are just getting massively far ahead. I'm not entirely sure about this adaptation. For sure it is going to be somewhat countered by the fact that PL was
under attack. Dire structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Look at this and say, oh yeah,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I think that's the case. They had a plan regarding
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They definitely had shot to end the game by now if they had a better shot in their range, but it didn't pan out that way. He can do as well. Where's the swap? There it is. And the Aphotic Shield is back. Taking not that great, but moving a lot of damage here to Tessie. Called out is good deployed. Look at the outset. Doing quite a damage to everybody, but this is going to be enough. Stone is down. They have taken down the Eye and the Tusk and the Bat Rider now as Ryoya is the last one standing in the middle of the fight. No more Black Cannon hits there from Limp. They're going to try to retreat. Double buyback forced out from Storm. Are those still very healthy? Heart regeneration is going to help them catch up. First on board, but the coming in as well. Limp has a Black Cannon shot. Command him out of the open move and start doing damage to everyone. Soka's going to ignore him, trying to go for Kyle instead. Noah's taking quite a bit of damage here from the Maledict and will be dropping as well. He has no buyback. compLexity making some plays. The Alpha Wolf is going to pop right back out into a mess of heroes, and he's going to die. What the hell just happened? I'll tell you what happened. That initiation from VGJ.Strom was great and everything, but Limp was in the safest position possible. With his side against the wall, so there's only one angle he actually gets flat cannoning everyone. Of course, the Tombstone was there the entirety of that engagement. Z3 usually a hero that gets focused down pretty quickly, but in Flesh Golem the entire time, amplifying that damage. Of course, his zombies stacking up as well. VGJ.Strom losing an absolute mess of heroes, and compLexity, their 5-man, as I said before, is super strong. It looks like they may have an opportunity here to kill off tier 3. The game does have another blink initiation whenever he gets cleaned up from these zombies. They're going to chase him out with the missile as well, losing quite a bit of damage here. He has borrowed time. It's gonna be okay. The Rax they go. They have enough damage from this one. It's so important for compLexity, and will do it. Rax out of nowhere. I'm just looking at this. I'm just thinking, like, we're at 2 minutes delay right now, and the chat has no idea that this is going to happen in 2 minutes. I had no idea. I was just talking about how complexity they had like a much better shot if their lanes went well. Apparently, I'm just like completely freaking wrong. Because complexity, they still have the powerful enough 5-man. I didn't think they had it in them. You're able to pull off a Heart Phantom Lancer. That just seemed like an impossibility, but my god, they made it happen. Limp, again, had great positioning. It was full duration Flesh Golem there from the Undying. And that additional damage amplitude should not be underestimated. Batrider, he did his job at least as best as he could, but it just was not good enough against all these complexity responses. So melee racks for top. They're going to get complexity right back into parity. Now, normally it would put them in the driver's seat. Normally it would give them this overwhelming advantage, but because of the fact that PL and Lifesteal are still just this farmed, they're not quite at that advantageous point yet. They will need another set of racks to really be in the commanding position. Or kill off Ryoya. That's good too. Yeah, they're not really heading towards it. But once the second set falls, or at least just trying to tier 2s, like, then complexity will be in a very, very good spot. VGJ.Strom, because they have a Phantom Lancer which travels, a Lifestealer and an IO, like they can handle one lane of super. It's not a big deal. To the point where they have to deal with 3 lanes, 2.5, let's say, if the ranged rack stays alive. That's when things get really bad for VGJ.Strom. Got fight being built up on a Abaddon. Was working with an Alpha Wolf, so even more damage auras for the team. Of course, it's mostly for this Gyrocopter. All about that Black Cannon salvo. That talent is going to be make or break. Obviously, you get this every single time. I don't think I've seen a Gyrocopter a single time yet. On the other side, rocket dodge damage. That's actually so much extra DPS, but it just doesn't matter. Black Cannon is just winning. So Sean is going to be scouted out by both sides. Complexity taking a pretty big risk here fighting in the Roche pit, but top lane is still pushing, so have time on their side. See? Wrapped around across the slope play. Take out the Venture Spear immediately. No buff out of this last one. They will focus down the Venture Spear first thing. She doesn't have the low ground as free. He's once again with Tombstone in the front line, doing so much work for that Flesh Golem. Thinking he's gonna drop, as will the Tusk, and now the Death Ward onto Skanking. Part of me looking at not gonna happen. Jesse is somehow still alive. Are you freaking kidding me right now? Ryoya is going to be on the run, but oh my god, I can't believe that the Venture Spirit actually survives that engagement just thanks to the force stack. Top lane is in full group, so Zoka's got to go ahead and deal with that. Handlex is going to send in some moves to try to contest the Roach, but it's not going to happen. Second Roach, that's Aegis Cheese. Here for Limp and Chessie respectively. And Complexity are going freaking Super Saiyan million, if that's even a thing, in this game. Soul Vessel up on the Undying, so the heals are going to be doing some serious work for them, but they're just going to plow right in with the 5-man. There are no buybacks on the dead heroes right now, and because of the fact that Pencil Spirit is so high level thanks to being in the core position, this tower is going to fall. You gotta worry about this person's burners as well. That attack speed is so incredible. 5 heroes are feeding into it. Lancer can send once again his Goon Squad. We're going to flip the switch, turn on a Black Cannon, force some heroes away, but you know what? They don't. They can't for it. Good rack. Is good to be claimed here for complexity. How good is the retreat? Looks like it is flawless so far. Ryoya and Flea both chasing, but it's a full 5-man up the high ground. Oh, they caught 4 on the low ground, I guess. That's something, but Zephyr can still drop the Tombstone. Limp has no Black Cannon, running dry on mana. Gotta be careful there. Cass will do a little bit, but not that much. Limp is in an awkward spot. In fact, everyone from complexity is in a very awkward spot. They gotta retreat as a full 5-man squad. It looks like they have been able to do so successfully. Now onto the shrine, the second shrine. Now they are in the driver's seat for real. Sometimes all it takes is one good push. And it looks like they are not going to waste any time looking for the third good push. Shadowblade on Vengeful Spirit pushing forward. They have Flea in a kind of precarious position right now. Maybe, you know what? There's Limp all the way up here. Chessie's kind of alone. Lee has True Sight. Not going to make that call. What the hell are you doing up there, Limp? You can't fly. You're in a gyrocopter, but you cannot fly. Someone get him down from there. Swap him down. He's fine. Here we go. Butterfly on the gyrocopter, even more damage. Not worth it for VGJ.Strom to contest this tower unless they wrap around this angle. And even then, don't really know if it's worth it. Winston will come back against the trees and just start right clicking in. Roya's going to come with a Shadow Blade. Going to find Kyle. But Kyle has a lot of backup here, so Roya is going to jump the gun a little bit. Has to retreat. A little doppelgang. Here he's going to jump in. Swap is immediately going to be there. Now Liv on the front lines. He's dodging so many shots versus Slicer. With the flag cannon turns on, ends up killing off Sneaking. Losing a large punch Kyle, which is still at full HP. And Roya, he's in a lot of trouble. GG is in fact called. The Soul Vessel, negative effect, whatever it's called, preventing Stanky from healing. And it'll be a full 5-man wipe. compLexity. Holy crap. I don't think I've seen a game quite like this. Not in a very long time. compLexity is 5.